Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Prairieland Conference battle tonight. First place on the line. Coming up, Farmington takes on the host school, Lewistown. And welcome to our pregame show before Prairieland Conference boys basketball tonight here live from the Bowl in Lewistown. It's brought to you on our pregame show by Nerds on Call in Farmington for on-site computer service for your home or business, 689-3900. The evening began with the JV team of Farmington staying undefeated. They were winners 62-46. Clean sweep so far. Undefeated the JV team. We understand even the 8th graders for Farmington boys basketball are undefeated. And of course the freshman group from a year ago won state. So the progression in the Farmington boys program is coming along well for Coach Jeff Otto. And of course on the flip side of that is Brad Hatfield and the Lewistown Indians, who has a lot of experience in coaching. It may be his final year. I know he'd like to go out a winner, but key game on the light tonight when you talk about the matchup against Lewistown and Farmington here. What comes to mind first when you think of either one of these teams? Mark, take your pick of either one you're going to want to start in. We've seen them both quite a few times in coverage. What would you take a look at? Let's take a look at, first of all, let's take a little bit about Lewistown. So far on the season, they come in with a record of 15-4, 5-1. One loss, that was a tight game they lost in the closing seconds against Brimfield. So they've been right there in the thick of things in this conference. So they can get back in the hunt here, of course, with Farmington playing Brimfield coming up on the 19th of February. But again, the balance for Lewistown has been for the inside play for them.
I was just going to say, the inside play, you've had a chance to watch them both. This is my first chance to actually see both of these schools this season, oddly enough. Usually by this time I've seen them at least a couple times. But Will LeGrand's a player that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. No question about that. Evan Daly's another player that if he gets on, he's kind of one of those streaky shooters. And if he gets going on his three-point shooting, he could cause a lot of problems for Farmington. On the other hand, Farmington, Eric Higgs really getting back into the groove after missing the first half of the season pretty much. Came back just before Christmas and really getting back into the groove, and the combination of Swearingen and Higgs has really proved vital here in the last several weeks for the Farmington Farmers.
When you take a look at Lewistown, and it's going to be the matchup is going to be simply this. Lewistown control the rebounding and scoring inside against the matchup of the perimeter game of Farmington. In addition, their press. Can you handle, because Lewistown's bringing along their guards when you got Hunter Roberts, Trenton Chastain, and they're also bringing along the sophomore Nathan Parker. They've added him to the mix. He's not only brought them ball handling, but again, shooting ability offensively. He had 16 points against Brimfield. So the perimeter game, if it comes along, and that's been the key thing. When Lewistown made their state tournament treks, it was the guard play. You had a number of combination of people inside, but it boils down to the guard perimeter. But can you beat the 1-2 combination with Higgs and Swearingen? It's probably one of the better two combos when you talk about the perimeter game for Farmington.
Perimeter-wise, absolutely. It's I think it's one of the better perimeter games really in the Prairieland, if you want to get right down to it. When in their last game out, I think Swearingen had 21 and Higgs had 22. And when you've got two players hitting in not only double digits, in the 20-point range, you're putting 40-plus points on the board right away.
I think and Judd Anderson is another player, probably goes under the radar. He does such a lot of good things defensively for them, handles the basketball, and occasionally he can stroke it from three. They have a number of people who can really spread it out and shoot it from three. So it's a great matchup here in the Prairieland Conference tonight, right here on CD Country 107.9 FM. Normally we're following Canton, but tonight Canton boys are at home against Morton. The girls are Metamora. We'll try to get updates as we go along, but we figured this is one of the primary kind of games we talk about in the Fulton County area. And we're here tonight. So we're back here on Thursday night for Knoxville. The girls, and again, I think they're about to win against Peoria Christian. Megan Axel, who we'll see on Thursday night against Lewistown girls. And then on Friday night, Lewistown travels to Cuba to take on North Fulton. That's our stretch of games coming up right here on CD Country 107.9 FM. Mark Bixler alongside side, Leon Groover with you. And our cameraman tonight for M. Bixler Video Production is Jared Shepard here from Lewistown. Good to have you along tonight. It's brought to you on our pregame show by Nerds on Call in Farmington for on-site computer service for home or business, 689-3900. We step aside. More coming up between Lewistown and Farmington tonight, live from Lewistown. Prairieland Conference battle coming up here. Farmington comes in 7-0 in the conference. Lewistown 5-1. Back after this 90-second timeout.
Helping underwrite this event, Spoonerville Animal Clinic, compassionate care when it's needed most. CD Country 107.9, your home in the country. Sedgwick Funeral Homes with locations in Canton, Farmington, and Bartonville. Bank of Farmington with locations in Farmington and in Canton. By RE/MAX Unlimited, Susie McMillan, your agent. Are you looking to buy or sell? Contact Susie. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Ready for the tip-off here. Live from Lewistown tonight, 4:45. And the hometown boy, of course, with Bob Wagner. We always enjoy making our trips together here, but again, Bob still remains. He's been hospitalized tonight. He's been kept overnight. And again, as we have our broadcast here on CD Country 107.9 FM, and Bob is recuperating tonight in room 170 at the Graham Hospital. So if you get a chance to maybe pop in there tomorrow, or maybe give him a call tonight, say hello to him, and hopefully he gets a quick recovery. They find out what's making him not, again, being a little ill here the last week or so. So we appreciate that in regards to Bob Wagner not being a part of our broadcast team here tonight as well. Also, we want to send out the best, again, quick recovery to Mark Renault, a loyal listener, and he has been taken ill. And as we continue here from Lewistown. Other games tonight, A-Town will take on Elmwood, Havana West Prairie, and Peoria Heights will take on North Fulton. More coming up as we take a quick timeout as we broadcast here live from Lewistown. The matchup here, Coach Jeff Otto in his third season. Of course, now 16-4, and they're on a 6-game win streak, having beat Anawan at the Great Western Shootout 54-50. Eric Higgs had 21, Swearingen 20, and Anderson with 10. The losses have come to South Fulton by 2. Again, they had a 7-game win streak, then lost to Illini Bless, lost to Illini West, also lost to West Hancock, and then again on Tuesday, they won at Peoria Heights, and Higgs had a game high of 33. Lewistown, Coach Brad Hatfield, again, their loss, of course, was to Lewistown, 37-21. That was at Astoria. Then they won 8 straight wins. You can see a lot of the similarities between these two teams. At Macomb, lost to Rockridge in a tough game there, 56-53. Lost to Delavan, 56-53, and then lost in overtime to Brimfield, 50-48. We'll step aside. More coming up on the pregame show here live from Lewistown. It's brought to you by Nerds on Call in Farmington for on-site computer service for home or business, 689-3900. Back after this 90-second timeout. Helping underwrite this event, Monocle's Pizza, located on North 5th Avenue in Canton. By the voice of Fulton County, AM 1560 WBYS and 93.7 FM. By Spoonerville Home Health, bridging the gap in healthcare. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions, contact us if you'd like a DVD of any of the games or events we've taped. Tonight we have the colors of the national anthem, and Mark, quick key to the game here tonight between Lewistown and Mark again against Farmington. One of the terrific Prairieland Conference matchups here tonight. I think key for Farmington is going to be how they handle the inside game for that Lewistown is going to present, and for Farmington it's how they kind of handle, or for Lewistown it's going to be how they handle. Do they shut down Higgs and Swearingen? Quick timeout. We'll get you ready for the tip-off. Back here to Lewistown to match up Lewistown-Farmington coming up in 2 minutes. Helping underwrite this event, Spoonerville Animal Clinic, compassionate care when it's needed most.
CD Country 107.9, your home in the country.
Sedgwick Funeral Homes with locations in Canton, Farmington, and Bartonville.
Bank of Farmington with locations in Farmington and in Canton. By RE/MAX Unlimited, Susie McMillan, your agent. Are you looking to buy or sell? Contact Susie. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Starting lineups here live from Lewistown are brought to you by B Design Salon on the square at 70 North Main in Canton. Call 649-6040 for your appointment. Starting lineup tonight, 5'7" and a sophomore, Judd Anderson. 5'5" and a junior, Caleb Gilstrap. 6'3" senior will be Trey Swearingen. Reed Berry gets a start, 6'2" and a senior, and 5'11" and a junior, Eric Higgs. You have both these players have gone over 1,000 points apiece in their career. Farmington Farmers, their head coach is Jeff Otto. It's his third season. A year ago, they were 14-15. Lost to the 2A regional title game to Monmouth Roseville. That was at the Knoxville regional title game. They come in on a 6-game win streak. Again, their head coach is Jeff Otto. For Lewistown, as they dim the lights here at Lewistown in the bowl atmosphere, Prairieland, and it's more like a kind of a regional kind of a setting here tonight. And Lewistown, their head coach is Brad Hatfield in his 14th year. His career record, 246 wins, 151 losses. And lineup tonight will go 6'1" and a senior. It will be Hunter Roberts. Also a start tonight, 6'1", and a guard, a senior, Trenton Chasteen. Also a senior, I think this is the guy that's the most important key to Lewistown. He does a lot of little things for them. Defensively, shoots the basketball. Evan Daly, a senior tonight. Interior players, a center, a junior, 6'5". It's Will LeGrand. He's the left side of that post. And to the opposite side, and a senior, 6'4", Justin Burtis. For head coach Brad Hatfield, he is assisted by Mike Spratt. Those are your starting lineups tonight. They're brought to you by B Design Salon on the square at 70 North Main in Canton. 649-6040 for your appointment today. Lights still remain dimmed as we get you ready for basketball here tonight. One of those great atmospheres, Mark, and no matter when you come here during the time of the year, the hosting regional, they've done sectionals here, but again, it's just a terrific atmosphere to be a part of the basketball here tonight from Lewistown.
It is. I mean, the bowl atmosphere is just an unusual type of experience. I got my first couple when I worked in Indiana at Spartan Bowl, which is exactly like Jacksonville Bowl. And it's a lot of fun to call a game.
Tip control by Lewistown. They move it from right to left. Ball deflected, picked up off the bounce by Roberts. He looks over the defense by Farmington. A lot of times they'll open up in man-to-man. We'll see if they open a zone here on the perimeter. Higgs defensively. Picks up Roberts. Chasteen between the circle.
It's a man-to-man.
Yep. Burtis, that's Jeff Otto. He's normally been a man-to-man kind of guy, but he'll switch. Try to lob it to the low block area. Covered up there defensively was LeGrand, and underneath the basket is again by Chasteen. They kept working and working that baseline there. And finally, Chasteen gets the first 2 points.
Well, LeGrand did a nice job of clearing out to give Chasteen the baseline.
And Farmington will look over the defense, and Lewistown matches up on the perimeter, man-to-man. Left wing the entry, it goes to Gilstrap. He looks over the defense, the ball pecked away. Farmington decked down to the purple, trimmed in gold. The shot was blocked there by Burtis. Good job defensively by Lewistown. 6:57. High post, picks up his dribble, ball deflection. That's one of the other key things. You know, Farmington's defense is working to get a lot of deflections. Knowing that by the several years that, again, Jeff Otto was at Canton, regards to his stay there. Ball knocked out of bounds, comes to the far corner.
In the few years he coached under Tom Wiersbe, he learned that.
Yep. The run and jump on the defensive side of the basketball. Farmington on a 6-game win streak. They play the D. Lewistown the high-low. Had the man open momentarily. LeGrand now swings it to the right side, and that's a 3-pointer. I told you he's the game difference, I think. Evan Daly. He was in the Macomb Holiday Tournament. Ball comes loose, deflected. Farmington keeps it. 5-0. On the 3 by Daly and a field goal by Chastain. Farmington trying to get on the scoreboard here at the 6:18 mark, first quarter. Covered up there defensively. You got to know where your shooters are and close out. Higgs takes it strong down the baseline off the left side and glides through traffic and shoots it off the glass. It's 5-2. Little backcourt pressure now. You never know when Farmington's defense will start to take hold. It's just that relentless time later in the game if you can still handle it. Off to this near side. Roberts swings it. Looking to the high post there, Evan Daly. I just like the way he comes out ready to play. Throw the ball in the post and a hold in the low block area. It's going to be against Farmington. And that's going to be against Swearingen. That's his first as a team. That stops the clock with 5:45 first quarter.
Another factor could be Justin Burtis. Can he stay out of foul trouble?
Ball deflected. It's a turnover by Lewistown. That's their first of the game. Up to the front court, Higgs. Back to him. He had a 3. He passed it up. On the top of the key, Anderson's pick. Turnover by Farmington. Their first. Here comes Lewistown. They have the angle off the baseline. Shot was no good. That was taken by LeGrand after the missed opportunity by the Indians. They fall back on defense. 5-2 at the 5:20 mark. Swings the pass to the far side. Farmington basketball. It's Gilstrap off the left baseline. That's a quick hand check. That's going to be against Lewistown. I believe it's Chastain. That's his first as a team. Stops of clock. And Lewistown will sub with a Schubert. He comes in the lineup. Schubert in at the 5:14 mark of this opening first 8 minutes. Off the dribble. Little crossover the far side of the floor by Higgs. Lost a handle on it. Farmington trying to get into their offense, and that's going to be a quick hand check off the left side. That'll stop the clock here against Lewistown.
He's got that little hesitation, and then he just spurts.
One of the things, trying to get the ball to the baseline there for Farmington. Again, not too much skip passes right now. Everything's off the dribble. 5-2 at the 5-minute mark here. Whips it to the near side with the possession. It's Gilstrap. Looks over that zone now that Lewistown falls back into. Both teams open up in a man-to-man. Higgs drills a 3 off to the top of the key. You knew that one when he released it. It was kind of a laser. And it ties at 5-5. We're backcourt pressure at the 4:42 mark. Sideline pass, front court to Daly. He attacks, lost a handle on it, and it went off his hands. And that's going to be another turnover by Lewistown.
I'm not sure. I thought that kind of maybe went off the Farmington player before.
I think, though, he tried to grab it, and I think he touched it even to that particular point there. So it's another turnover by Lewistown. Farmington possession at the 4:34 mark. We're tied 5-5. Live tonight from Lewistown on CD Country 107.9 FM. Leon Groover with Mark Bixler. And live tonight, wishes our good buddy Bob Wagner, who's back at the Graham Hospital tonight in room 170. So if you get a chance to say hello to Bob, call and harass him tonight. Keep that switchboard going, right? 4 minutes here. Ball comes loose, and it's again off of Farmington, but they say Lewistown did hinder that. Also in the lineup is Nathan Parker, a sophomore, so they go a couple of deep off the bench. Farmington, they will sub by Jacob Urias. Urias checks in for the Farmers. And to the backcourt, they receive the pass with Anderson. Off the left wing. At the top of the key, that's Dylan Hayden. So they've gone 2 or 3 deep, both these teams. Quick pass at the top of the key. It's a 3-ball by Farmington. No good. Careened off the left side of the bankboard. We remain tied, 5 apiece, 3:48. Across the timeline, Lewistown. That's Chastain. A 3-ball near side. No good by Daly. Farmington gets the rebound. They push it across the timeline. One defender went right by him. Push shot to this near side. A 3-ball is good by Urias. Jacob Urias. Let's go with 3-ball. It's 8-5. Farmington at the 3:33 mark here live on CD Country 107.9 FM. Back to Lewistown Prairieland Conference with, again, Farmington up 8-5 back in 30 seconds.
Helping underwrite this event, Monocle's Pizza, located on North 5th Avenue in Canton. By the voice of Fulton County, AM 1560 WBYS and 93.7 FM. By Spoonerver Home Health, bridging the gap in healthcare. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions, contact us if you'd like a DVD of any of the games or events we've taped.
Update for the Canton Little Giants against Morton, tied 21 at halftime. Zach Sprecher with 13, thanks to PK back at the Ingersoll Gym for the Canton game. Had a player wide open. They were a little bit late getting to him. Underneath, the reverse shot, left-hand was no good by LeGrand, and then a foul going the other direction.
I don't think it's a foul. I think he just
knocked the ball out of bounds. Yeah. You know, Lewistown had the option there. They had 3-on-1 and got it stalled off the far side of the floor and couldn't get to the low block area where LeGrand was wide open.
Well, I think, again, it goes to the fact that Farmington came up with a little bit of a deflection.
Yeah. 8-5, Farmington. They've hit a couple of trays. Farmington by Urias, but also Higgs. They lead here at the 3-minute mark here.
They do a nice job of moving their hands up and down defensively.
Corner, off the dribble and near side. Farmington, Terrell Anderson took an extra step, got away with the walk. Back out top of the key. Judd Anderson wanted to pull the trigger. Swings it to the near corner. Covered up there defensively by Evan Daly. Back to this near corner. Off to the arc, short corner. That is Hayden. Looks over the defense. And a three by Terrell Anderson and knocked it down. Big three there. Couple of trays back to back, and it's 11-5 advantage Farmington. Like I told you, it's a shooting on the perimeter against the inside play of Farmington. 11-5 after Lewistown got out to the 5-0 lead, and then LeGrand takes it strong along the baseline and got fouled by Purple. That stops the clock with 2:17 into this first quarter. And I believe that's going to be a foul on Hayden. Manuel up 33-22 on Central at halftimes. DeMonte Williams has 15 for Manuel. Big showdown in the Big 12 tonight. Manuel up 33-22 on Central. A couple of early games tonight. Everybody else started pretty much 7 o'clock. 2:17. And LeGrand missed free throws. Both of those.
Missed them badly. Well, the second one especially.
Also an update, first quarter, Canton 16, Metamoris 7. That's in girls basketball tonight. Big thank you. They're serving back and forth between Kevin Stevenson, Patrick Ketchum, Kathy Churchill, and everybody kind of sharing text for everybody helping us out tonight. It allows us to be here at Lewistown covering in this county game tonight. Ball knocked out of bounds, Lewistown possession. Roberts will inbound. They trigger it to the near side. It goes to Parker. He's the sophomore, trapped in the backcourt here. Farmington continues their pressure. Now they're walking up across the timeline. That's Chastain to the front court. Lobs it underneath. Again, ball deflected. A good job there defensively. Got a hand in there was Urias. He's done a really good job coming off the bench. Knocked down to 3. And defended. Got a hand in there, poked it away in the post area there. They had an easy bucket there by LeGrand.
Farmington's doing right now. Farmington's getting the edge offensively with their perimeter shooting, but they're also doing a nice job defensively against the inside game.
There's the give and go. Along the baseline, it was cut off. They see how they reacted there. A good job jumping out there. And then it's a 2 on the far side, or I call 3. 3 on the far side by Chastain. So it's a 3 ball by Chastain. Breaks that 11-5 Farmington advantage. Got a big 3 with a minute 19. In the lane, that's going to be a reach and a foul off the shot attempt there by Higgs. He's back to being healthy. He was out during the Christmas break. Swearingen was out as well during a time, so both these players have had their times of trying to mend and get back, and I think it's going to build the depth from part of Farmington. You're starting to see it with Urias and a couple of different players in this game here. And again, Higgs knocks down the free throw. He's got 6 in the game. And they gave the foul to Chastain, as we mentioned. And a couple of quick team fouls against Lewistown. So let's get Burtis with the foul as well. Missed free throw. 12-8 now. It's in favor of Farmington after Lewistown jumped out on top 5-0. Minute 6 here. High-low, the back cut there. The thing about Farmington right now, Mark, is they're reacting on that high-low, the back cut. They try to back cut. That's Lewistown's offense. But their rotation from one side of the baseline to the other has been very good getting the hands up there.
Quick.
They've done a really good job reaction. In the paint, Burtis underneath the Daly. He got fouled along the baseline. That's going to be a foul underneath. Let's see who that gives it to. I think Reed Berry. It's going to be his first, third team foul. You got the lighting on the regular part of the floor, and then where we are,
it's dark.
It's dark, so it's tough to see the who's in the game and your scoreboard and your scorebook. Evan Daly with the free throw. His fourth point.
Swearingen back in the ball game.
Grandma Martha's got to be very proud of Evan, his progression throughout his playing days at Lewistown. Free throw is missed. I'm sorry, surprised she's not been by here and asked us if we want some popcorn. That's what she usually is.
I'm not sure she's here.
52 seconds. Three ball by Farmington. It's good by Swearingen. They get on the act. That's the fourth three.
Yep, 4 out of
Farmers.
5.
Been lighting it up. Underneath, that's a missed shot there. Put back again. Second opportunity by Lewistown. Here comes Farmington. Ball comes loose. Farmington. And again, it'll be Lewistown possession. They back cut, throw the ball away. Another turnover by Lewistown. Both these teams playing really tenacious defense, not allowing some good passing. Closing 22 seconds here. Farmington will hold it up 15-9. First quarter here. Big first place battle. Farmington again 7-0 in the conference. Lewistown 5-1 in the Prairieland. They'll hold it here at the 8-second mark. Baseline, way off the mark, no good. Underneath, Reed Berry. His shot was partially blocked with two. A follow-up throw. Anderson at the gun. That's the way the quarter comes to an end. That flurry. Farmington, after trailing 5-0, bounces back. They take the opening first quarter lead here in the Prairieland tonight. It's Farmington 17 and Lewistown 9, second quarter. When we return on CD Country 107.9 FM in 1 minute.
Helping underwrite this event, Spoonerville Animal Clinic, compassionate care when it's needed most. CD Country 107.9, your home in the country. Sedgwick Funeral Homes with locations in Canton, Farmington, and Bartonville. Bank of Farmington with locations in Farmington and in Canton. By Remax Unlimited, Susie McMillan, your agent. Are you looking to buy or sell? Contact Susie. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
All the area games going on, but this is a key game here tonight in the Prairieland. Good to be broadcasting here tonight from Lewistown. Farmington advantage. They really responded after falling behind there, Mark. And again, they've jumped on it, done it defensively, and a long ball in this first quarter as well.
They have, and they've outscored them 17-4 since falling behind 5-zip.
Then Farmington, an unusual turnover there in the half court. And then Lewistown comes right back, and they throw it away. So both teams now with 4 turnovers apiece. We've been back and forth. A little bit of a frenzy there. Again, trying to pass to the sideline, into the wing there. And normally it's not much pressure there. But again, both turnovers to begin the second quarter here. 17-9, Farmington with the basketball. They hold it left to right in front of the Lewistown bench. And Coach Otto will take a quick timeout. Something didn't seem right when he had the possession out there. Quick timeout. Live from Lewistown, Prairieland Conference basketball. Farmers at 7:13 of the second quarter. Lead at 17-9 over Lewistown. Back in 30 seconds.
Helping underwrite this event, Monocle's Pizza, located on North 5th Avenue in Canton. By the voice of Fulton County, AM 1560 WBYS and 93.7 FM. By Spoonerville Home Health, bridging the gap in healthcare. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions, contact us if you'd like a DVD of any of the games or events we've taped.
State's girls conference game tonight. Canton girls 16-7 at the opening first quarter at Metamora, and at Alice Ingersoll Gym tied 21-0 against Morton. Again, Zach Sprecher with 13 in that first half. So good luck to both of the Canton squads there. It's unusual. I'm away from one of those teams tonight, but it's a rarity. We get such a good matchup in the Prairieland. Threll Anderson lost a handle on it, dribbled in traffic, got it knocked away. Farmington gets it back, whips the pass, man about through with a bullet chest right in the chest, caught him off guard. Right side jumper is no good by Swearingen. I think Farmington rushed their offense a little bit that time, Mark. Tried to get, a little bit too quick on their shot.
I would agree, but you got to be ready to receive the pass, too.
Underneath, shot was partially tipped there underneath by Willow Grand. His second chance is no good. And then off the baseline of the foul as Schubert took the shot. Again, Lewistown still commanding on the offensive boards. They're trying to hold that in check, getting second, third opportunities.
I thought the first quarter, Farmington actually did a really good job of keeping them off of the glass. They did have 2 offensive rebounds, Lewistown did, but so did Farmington.
Threll Anderson picks up his second. Reed Berry will have a seat. And let's see, Farmington puts in the lineup Jared DePriest. He's a freshman who checks in. And a free throw. And got both of those was Schubert. So that's the first couple of points. Or I guess 1 out of 2. One out of 2. Okay, I was looking down to see one of the roster names there. 1 out of 2. Ball knocked out of bounds. 6-18, 17-10.
And I like what Farmington's doing. They're attacking, they're dribbling, they're penetrating, and they're going right after the big guys.
Also in the lineup, as we mentioned, DePriest. He stacks off the left baseline. They lob it out front to Higgs. He catches it. Out front picked up defensively by Roberts. On the exchange off the dribble between the circle. That's for Farmington. That's a Gilstrap. There's a dribble penetration. Slided back out top of the key. Higgs covered up. Good jump defensively by Roberts by Lewistown. The shooter was going to come out and get set for the 3. Anderson will handle now. Done a pretty good job of handling not only the assignment of defensively, but handling the basketball. They wanted a high screen and tried to set up a top of the key for a 3. Nice dish underneath there. Nicely done. Higgs underneath to DePriest. Nice execution there by Farmington. Dribble penetration was the key there.
And it happened so quickly, Lewistown really didn't have a chance to react.
19-10, a ball thrown away by Lewistown. That is 5. Of course, I could have missed one because we had 2 or 3 that are in a row.
I've got them with 5, so
okay.
If you missed some, so did I. So.
Update also, Knoxville girls won 59-38. Megan Axel went over 2,000 career points tonight. They're 25-4. We'll see them Thursday night against Lewistown. Back here Thursday night for a girls conference basketball. They're the top team. Swearingen way off the mark. No, get an ill-advised shot there.
Yeah.
He was complaining about getting fouled, but that was not. He wasn't set looking for the 3 there.
That was not a good shot.
Then a little push to the near side here. That stops the play. That's going to be a foul against Higgs right near the bench. That's their 5th team foul. Lewistown will inbound. That's Roberts. Daly looks for a teammate. They'll hand off top of the key. Chastain lobs it. High-low cut there. He was covered up. Daly turns around, faces up, jumpers in and out. Good by Burtis. He had the option of going down low. Daly was covered up. He just turned around and knocked it in for the free throw lines. 19-12, Farmington advantage.
As Daly was making the cut, he was wide open, but Farmington did a nice job of shutting it off.
4:35, he gives up the dribble. DePriest stripped away from him. Got to play strong with the basketball. Anderson was open to the short corner. Back out front. That's over and back.
That's over and back, yeah.
That's over and back. A turnover against Farmington. And again, Farmington will sub Reed Berry in the lineup.
Priest a nice job coming in for the little blow for Berry. That's their 4th, I think, that I have them with.
Yeah. And again, also for Farmington, defensively, kicks it to the near side, off the dribble, took an extra step, threw the ball away. Another turnover by Lewistown. That's their 6th. Here comes the Farmers. Launching a 3, that's Higgs. Went down in the cylinder, popped out. Rebound is by LeGrand. Had a good look that just kind of spun out. Again, Judd Anderson is playing with the guard out front. Here's a three. That's good. Top of the key. That's Burtis. He's knocked down the last 5. It's 19-15. 3 ball by both these teams have been an integral part of the offense. Farmington, in the opening quarter, knocked down 4 trays. Higgs drew some contact in the middle of the lane. That's going to be against Lewistown. And that's going to be a foul against Roberts. It's going to be his first and 4th team foul against the Indians. Next up Thursday night, we'll have Knoxville coming here to Lewistown for girls basketball in the Prairieland. 7:30, the call for that one for you. We'll see one of the premier players in the Central Illinois area and state-ranked Knoxville. Down the lane, Higgs, what a remarkable layup. Lost his balance, but still managed to shoot it off the glass and in. 21-15. And it's going to be against Lewistown, a turnover. Player control is what they're calling as well. So the player control whistled against Chastain. I think that's who they call it against. If it is, it's going to be his second. Yep, it is.
I think Brad was. I mean, the way it's been called all year, that was a foul on the defense.
Yep. Well,
like it or not, I do like this call because he is pushing off a little bit with his elbow. But
once the offensive player leads a little bit with that shoulder like he did a little bit, it's just enough. And then a tray. Swearingen with the 3. He's got a couple of trays. That's their 5th of the game. Farmers back up 24-15. It's raining 3s here at Lewistown tonight in the Prairieland. In the lane, little jump hook shot, no good. LeGrand followed up, he missed it. Underneath Burtis, got the rebound after the initial miss. 2:47 left before halftime. In the JV game, Farmington an easy win, 62-46 over Lewistown. JV squad is unbeaten.
That was 43-16 at the half.
On the lineup, Rashawn Greer-Bain, the senior, comes in. He played a lot during the Macomb Holiday Tournament time. Daly in the lane, kicks it out. Burtis dribbles through traffic, cut off, then reverses it up and good. That was a tough play there. It changed angles. Again, shot with the right hand. He's got 7 in this quarter. Farmington up 24-17. Reed Berry tied up in the lane. Who
nice
gets
hustle.
it? It's Lewistown gets it. Stepped on the sideline, going back the other direction. Here from Lewistown, Prairieland Conference basketball tonight. Mark Bixler, Leon Groover with you, and our engineer Jared Shepard. Pinch hitting tonight. So for the M. Bixler video production, Higgs took an off-balance shot in the lane into rebound by Burtis. He's been red hot. He's carried him in this quarter. Back to within 7 is Lewistown offensively. Into LeGrand, He had an easy way. They got past Reed Berry, and LeGrand with the field goal.
Did a nice job of pinning Berry off of that one.
Once he got by him, there was no getting to him defensively. They're back to within 5. Lewistown led in this game 5-0, and then baseline. The ball was tipped by Lewistown. Substitution, it's Anderson for the Farmers. He checks back in. The inbounds will come from Swearingen. He's not really gotten off to a quick start here.
He hasn't, no.
Also, Canton girls leading at halftime. Canton 25, Metamora 15. Mid-Illini girls basketball on the road tonight at Metamora. Chloe Churchill needs 26 to get to 2,000 career points tonight at Metamora. 24-19, double team to the near side. Farmington, that's their pressure, and that's their MO. Off the baseline, cut off Burtis, threw it right into traffic, threw it away. Turnover, forced the pass along the baseline. Farmington gets careless and throw the ball away to the far corner. Everybody in a little bit of a hurry, trying to get into their offense. Both teams trade to turnovers. Minute 27 left before half. 24-19, live from Lewistown tonight. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate all of our listeners again allowing us to be here tonight. Part of that normally we carry the Canton stuff, but tonight, good matchup here in the Prairieland. Bounce pass underneath, nicely assist, and it goes underneath to LeGrand. But credit the assist there to Schubert. Dribble penetration. And again, Lewistown back to within 3. It's the closest they've been since their early game. Trailing at the quarter break, 17-9. Farmington offense, Higgs. I think once you kind of shut down some of their three-point shooting, Farmington gets a little bit of stagnant. Off the top of the key, that's Gilstrap. Reed Berry turns in the lane. Now he kicks it to the near side. Swearingen off the dribble. From the elbow with the free throw line, it's up and good. That's what you need to do, is to kind of curl off that shot there, and Swearingen knocked it down. He's got 8 in the game. They're back up by 5. 26-21 our count. With 30-second mark here, Lewistown gets to the front court. Top of the key, it goes to Burtis. He's had the hot hand in this quarter. He's had 7. And a quick reach. Not much contact there defensively. And that's a quick foul against Judd Anderson.
But it's consistent the way it's been called all year, though.
And that's, you know what, that's all I ask, too. You call it both ways, and you call it from the beginning of the game to the very end. You try to call it that same. And to the free throw line will be Lewistown.
The 1-1.
26-21. So the Farmers put Lewistown at the bonus. At the line, free throw is good by Schubert. He's 2 for 3 with another opportunity. That's his first 2 points of the game. Cuts into the lead. But a tight game here, you know, after Lewistown jumped on top. Farmington pretty well kind of went to about an 8-point lead at a stretch there. I think they were up by
9 at one point.
Yeah. So that's just about the biggest margin. And both free throws there by Schubert knocks them down. Again, back to a 3-point game. With 18 seconds, Farmington to the front court. With 15, catch to the near side here. It is Hayden. They'll stretch out against the defense with 10. Top of the key, it's Anderson with 7. Farmers up by 3. Urias was open for a 3. To the near side, Hayden, long 3. Judd Anderson hits the front of the iron, comes short. At the end of one half of basketball, we get a tight one going. Prairie Conference leader Farmington leads it at halftime, 26-23. As we continue our halftime show, throughout the season is brought to you by Graham Health System. Upcoming blood drives for February 19th and March 18th at the Graham Hospital. Lobby conference room for an appointment, 647-5240, extension 2346. Back with more of our halftime show. In the Prairieland tonight, Farmington with the lead here at Lewistown, 26-23, our halftime. Back in 2 minutes.
Helping underwrite this event, Spooniver Animal Clinic, compassionate care when it's needed most. CD Country 107.9, your home in the country. Sedgwick Funeral Homes with locations in Canton, Farmington, and Bartonville. Bank of Farmington with locations in Farmington and in Canton. By Remax Unlimited, Susie McMillan, your agent. Are you looking to buy or sell? Contact Susie. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Halftime is brought to you by the Graham Health System. And at halftime, Farmington with the advantage, 26-23. And he had Farmington during that last stretch had a lead of 24-17. Again, Farmington, Lewistown answered during that stretch. A couple of free throws, a couple of field goals. Got it back to within 3 here at halftime. Also an update for you. Canton boys are leading after 3 at Alice Ingersoll Gym tonight. Canton leads Morton 31-29. Zach Sprecher having a career game tonight. 17 points, 5 block shots. Big thanks to PK back to, again, Alice Ingersoll Gym. And after 3 quarters, and the girls in the Middle-Illini, it is Canton 31, Metamora 29. And that was going to be a tough game to close out over there at Metamora, as they have played some really terrific basketball during this particular season. So those are the couple of the updates. And Knoxville beat Peoria Christian 59-38. Megan Axel went over 2,000. And as we mentioned, also going on tonight, Manuel was leading Peoria Central 33-22. That game also at halftime tonight. So those are some of the games around. What kind of the first half impression here, Mark? And this is what Lewistown got out of the gates. Looked like Farmington was a little shell-shocked at the beginning of the game. Couldn't quite get into their frame of mind, but once they got some of their defense established, then they knocked out a couple of the shots. They've been pretty much in control of this game, really, for the most part. I would say for a quarter and a half, the biggest part of that stretch there. Give Lewistown credit, though. They really did an excellent job trying to get the ball interior inside to LeGrand, but stepping up was Justin Burtis. He had a great quarter there. The second quarter kept them in the stretcher, only down by 3 here.
Well, I think it's been a quarter or a half of really streaks because the opening part of the ball game, as you mentioned, Farmington did a nice job. They really were able to open things up. They got a lot of good looks. They did a nice job interior-wise against Lewistown as well, and that, as a result, got them out to, at one point, a 24-15 lead. But since then, it's been all Lewistown as they've cut it to within 3, outscoring them since then at, I guess, 8-2 over the last couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes.
And I thought Lewistown did a better job towards the tail end of that second quarter.
Hammering it inside.
Yeah, and also defensively.
Yes.
I don't think they've allowed them really to get their shooters set. They did a pretty good job cutting out the dribble penetration. You see a lot of teams, that's the whole MO. You dribble drive, kick out. You try to seal off that defender where he can't get back. Then you got the shooter set up either on the angle to the arc, those type of things. But I thought, for the most part, Lewistown did a better job the last 2.5 minutes, fight their way back to within 3 here, because we mentioned, again, Farmington was up by 9 at one particular point. It looked like they were going to run away with the game for a little while, for a little bit there.
And I think Lewistown, as you said, they've done a really good job defensively against Farmington in the perimeter game. But Farmington, I should say, they were dribble driving, as you said, penetrating into the lane. But Farmington did a really nice, Lewistown, did a really nice job of blocking shots and not committing the fouls. They've stayed out of foul trouble, and that's a big, big plus as number 20 for Lewistown. That's Chastain.
Yeah.
He's right now, I think he's the only
fouls.
one that has 2.
Yeah.
Everybody else has 1.
And I thought Farmington did a good job of rotating back, getting their hands up along the baseline there, because for Lewistown, when they go high-low, that's tough to defend. You saw Burtis got to that point there where they had everything shut down, so he was forced to kind of take some shots on the perimeter. And I think you gamble like that. I think they would rather have him make those shots out there than get easy buckets with Burtis or even LeGrand underneath. I think they would rather have that option. Let's take a look at our first half stats there throughout the halftimers. On the Prairieland Conference basketball, brought to you by Advanced Rehab Sports Medicine in Canton. 649-1572 for a free entry screen. They fix sports injuries. And again, Mark Bixler with the first half look at our stats there. Mark?
Well, I have Farmington 5 of 12 for 2-point shots, 41.6%. 5 of 9 from the 3-point land. They were 4 of 5 in the first quarter alone, and 80%. But 5 of 9, that's good for 55.5%. I have them with just 5 rebounds, 3 offensive and 2 defensive. Oddly enough, all 5 rebounds came in the first quarter. They did not have a rebound that I had them having in the second quarter. They have 5 turnovers. For Lewistown, I have them 5 of 16. For 31%. They are 3 of 4 from 3-point land, 75%. They have 7 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, so 12 rebounds total, and 8 turnovers. Free throw wise, 3 of 4 in the second quarter, 1 of 4 in the first. So they are 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Lewistown good for 50%. And Farmington, on the other hand, only got 2 free throws, both of those coming in the first quarter. They're 1 of 2. And a key really factor of this ball game, I only have Lewistown with 4 points in the paint. And and I'm sure I'm off a couple baskets, at least maybe one, because I can think of a third time that Farmington has made it very tough in the paint.
Yeah.
Or Lewistown has, excuse me.
Yeah, because the one pass that got along to the baseline, really, that's the only one time they got beat defensively on the being pass there. And that was set up by Schubert, a great pass there. Let's look at the first half scoring. Farmington's 26 had a 3 by Jacob Urias off the bench. Jared DePriest a basket for 2. Trey Swearingen with 8 points. Eric Higgs with 8, and also Thrill Anderson with 5. Farmington's 26. Lewistown's 23. 3 out of 4 from the line from Schubert. 3-point shot, field goal by Chasteen. A 3-point shot, a free throw by Evan Daly. Will LeGrand held to 4 points in that first half, and Justin Burtis had all his 7 points in the second quarter. Again, here at halftime, Farmington with a lead, 26-23. Anything kind of stick out in the way, let's say, for Farmington, they're going to continue to play the way that they have and shoot the basketball. What about Lewistown? Why they need to kind of tilt the playing field here to get back into this game here?
I think both teams need to continue what they're doing. Lewistown just needs to
only a handful of
hammer it
turnovers
inside.
too.
I know, just 8 turnovers for Lewistown and 5 for Farmington. But Lewistown just needs to keep hammering away inside, and you just hope that you wear them down and able to get back in front and take the lead.
After 3 quarters, Manual leads Central 52-35. Manual with the lead. Underneath, they got the ball down in the low block area, and you can't have that happen.
No.
It's going to be a long second half if you get the LeGrand pinned down in that low block area. It took him 2 shots, but again, he put it back up. 3 ball to the near side is no good by Gilstrap. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Farmington. 26-25. Just in to the second half. With a big field goal there by LeGrand interior. Across the timeline, Lewistown. That's Chasteen, picks up his dribble. Swings it. Nope, they keep it to the near side here. Off the dribble. In between the circle with the basketball. And again, the interior. And again, Evan Daly got a shot again. Reed Berry stopped it. And a turnover by Lewistown. Here comes Farmington. In transition, nice little scoop shot. No good by Gilstrap. There was contact. No foul call. And again, a quick push to the near side. Again, a quick foul here to the near side. And we'll see who that's going to be whistled against. A pair of fouls on Higgs. Is that right? Yep.
Looks like it.
First as a team this half. High post LeGrand. 3 ball by Lewistown. Rims no good by Chasteen. 1 and done to the Indians this trip down. 26-25. That's a 3 ball on the near side. It's a sky shot from this near side by Swearingen. Nothing but the twines.
And if he can get on track.
Yeah, he's got 11. 29-25, big 3 ball. And we'll see what the official comes and makes the call. Could be against Anderson here. He looks like the real frustration. Quick hold there by Anderson. It's going to be a pair of fouls. 2 quickly this half for Farmington. 6:42. Third quarter basketball. Lewistown tried to lob it to the low block area. They catch, off balance shot, no good by LeGrand. Ball comes loose, and that's going to be a push.
That's going to be on Anderson again.
Anderson kind of shoved Burtis in the lane there. And it's 2 shots coming up. And who do they give the foul to? It's going to be against Swearingen. Right? That's a pair of fouls on him.
I'm surprised. I thought that was going to be on Anderson.
Yep. So send Burtis to the free throw line. And again, free throw is good. Next one coming up. Burtis' first free throw. You got Metamora leading 34-32 with 2:33 remaining. Canton Lady Giants trailing now at Metamora. And Morton has taken the lead 34-32. That's at Alice Ingersoll Gym. That's in the fourth quarter as well. 29-26. Again, the play resumes here. Farmington, Reed Berry along the baseline. He beat LeGrand to the baseline, shut it up and in. They get Reed Berry going along the baseline. That's an added dimension. And here comes Lewistown right back to LeGrand, who just got beat defensively. And what he ended up doing, he ended up being the recipient of the pass. 31-28. It's been an entertaining game, both ends of the floor. Whips the pass to Reed Berry. A little scissor step out there, man. I thought he was going to fall down. In between the circle as Higgs off the dribble. He curls through the defense, swatted away by Burtis. Ball loose on the far side of the floor. It gets to Roberts. Good defensive stop there by Lewistown. Whips the pass, lobs it to LeGrand. They deflect it. Farmington comes up with it. Force the pass, 2 or 3 collapsed. Higgs with a layup. He got shoved from behind. That was very close to intentional.
I was just going to say, that could have easily been an intentional foul.
Yeah, he shoved him from behind. Yeah. Again, I think he did grab a little bit for the basketball, but the intent of it still is intentional. And that's going to be a foul against, who did they get the foul against? We'll see here. Thought they get it against Burtis, which would be a pair of fouls against him.
I didn't think it was Burtis.
Yeah, he's got 2 on the scoreboard. So it'll be Higgs to the free throw line. So it's 32-28 with 5:32. Higgs sinks it. Again, now it's a 33-28 Farmington advantage, 5:28. Into the front court, Lewistown offensively. They attack off the baseline. Little quick hand check here. The very things are pretty tightly, but they've been called for the very beginning of this game.
Being consistent.
Yep.
And that's all you ask as a coach is just be consistent.
Getting a couple of updates from area games. We'll continue to bring the latest. 5:17 underneath. Big bucket there. Again by LeGrand. 6 in this quarter, 10 for the game. 33-30 now with the 5-minute mark here. They're starting to score a little bit more at ease. Interior there is Lewistown. Off the dribble, Judd Anderson whips the pass. Terrell Anderson's jumper is good. Terrell over the head, kind of a shot there. You don't see that kind of style very often. 35-30, Farmington maintains the lead up by 5.
And it's a rainbow shot at that.
Kept it above his eyes, kind of cocked it off his ear. 4:41 along the baseline. Lewistown through traffic there, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover by Lewistown. Again, they force the issue, but that's the way they kind of really play when they have LeGrand in the interior there. They expect him to make the catch on some passes. He's had to work his butt off to get the 6 in this quarter.
That was at his feet, though, and that's when you're 6'5", that's hard to go down and get those.
4:25 clock runs here in this third quarter. Farmington, they are the conference leader. It's a 3-ball, comes up short, no good. By Swearingen, the ball kicks in the near corner. Lewistown gets it off the bounce. Up across the timeline with 4:12 remaining in the third quarter. Along the baseline, Goode catches it in the block. Man, you just cannot allow him to get the ball into that low block area there. He's got 8 in this quarter, and Lewistown back within 3. They need to stop here at the 4-minute mark here. Higgs off the dribble. He's cut off. Judd Anderson back out front against this zone of Lewistown.
Right now, Farmington does not have an answer for Will LeGrand.
They got to figure things out here offensively. High post is Terrell Anderson. Dribbles. Anderson off the free throw line. Got hacked on the arm. Shot off the glass. Terrell Anderson. He's been some instant offense for them. He had 5 in the first half. Couple of buckets here. Back up 37-32. That was a huge answer by Farmington. Lewistown keeps making runs at him, and Farmington answers. Off to the near side with the possession. Roberts and a turnover by Lewistown. Head fake. Anderson dishes it to Higgs and a layup. Nicely done in the transition. Turnover by Lewistown. They're back up 39-32. Farmers the advantage with 3:08 left in the third quarter. It's Farmington 39, Lewistown 32. Back with Prairieland Conference basketball from Lewistown in 30 seconds.
Helping underwrite this event, Monocle's Pizza, located on North 5th Avenue in Canton. By the voice of Fulton County, AM 1560 WBYS and 93.7 FM. By Spoonerver Home Health, bridging the gap in healthcare. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions, contact us if you'd like a DVD of any of the games or events we've taped.
70-mile move.
We're back here as our coverage tonight. Mark Bixler, Leon Groover with you. Cameraman tonight stepping in, Jared Shepard. Good to have him along tonight. Good job. Hope he's enjoying a broadcast here tonight in the Prairieland Conference matchup. And then a couple of these teams. Again, we'll see Lewistown Friday night at Cuba against North Fulton. Farmington is off until next Tuesday. If they play like Rushville Industry next Tuesday, I'll have to look at the schedule as we'll do that on our post game. But that's the next, again, play. Canton boys are playing tonight at home. Trail 36-34 with 48 seconds left. They're down to Morton at home tonight. They've led the biggest part of that game. Again, Zach Sprecker's had the big game tonight, heading into that fourth, almost a travel. Lewistown maintains the possession. Top of the key. Overhead look there is by Parker. Lobs it to LeGrand. He catches it with one hand and up and good. He's got 10 in this quarter, 39-34. He's keeping him in the game. That's what you got to be able to do. Absolutely. He's just saying, hey, till you stop us, we're gonna keep it into the post. Lewistown, again, Farmington. It's almost the thing here with the zone. See if Farmington will hold on to the basketball a little bit here, Mark. That's one of the things that keep it away from your opposition. Yeah, for a little bit of stretch here.
Make them work a little bit.
Defensively, they'll settle in with the zone. Farmington will hand it out front. And it's Anderson. Also in the lineup for Farmington, that's Hayden. In between the circle, coming up on the 2-minute mark here of the third quarter. Along the baseline and threw the ball away. That's one of the unfortunate things when you try to hold on to it.
First turnover of the half, though.
39-34, minute 52, third quarter time. Lewistown bounce between the circle. LeGrand underneath the Burtis, drew some contact. Now it's Evan Daly, whose shot is no good. Had a pretty good look in the paint, but he was covered up defensively. Farmington basketball, they lead by 5 with a minute 34 left, third quarter. This game is going to come down to the last couple of possessions. You can just kind of get the feel of that here tonight. That you know Lewistown's going to have another run in them. When will it come here, though?
Daly just hasn't really been able to get untracked tonight.
Yeah, I've seen him play really solid basketball throughout this season. And that's a three ball to the near side. Swearingen. That's his favorite shot to that side there. He's got 4 trays. He's got 14, 42-34. Farmington trying to put a little distance, and then underneath, bucket is good by Lewistown. Underneath, that's another one by LeGrand. He's got 12 in this quarter, 16 for the game. 42-36. 48 seconds now, Farmington. On the perimeter defensively, it's Chastain. Anderson whips it to Higgs to the far side of the floor. They're trying to get the offense balanced out here. The guards play the top of the key. The zone will stretch out. Anderson with 32. Again, Lewistown got out of the gates in this one 5-0. Farmington took the advantage 17-9. They led at 3 at the half break. And they lead by 6 here, the closing 20 seconds. Farmers hanging on in the Prairieland Conference, trying to go 8-0 and maintain first place in the conference here in the Prairieland.
It's really a must-win for Lewistown.
It is.
To get right down to it, to have any chance at the league conference title.
And Swearingen for the elbow, rolled it off, no good. Lewistown holds. Daly across the timeline, has a chance with a push off and rimmed it off the right side. Farmington fans wanted the turnover. At the end of 3 quarters, hang on, it's coming down to the end of this one. Down a tight game, Farmington 42, Lewistown 36. Prairieland Conference basketball live from Lewistown. Back in 1 minute.
Helping underwrite this event, Spoonerville Animal Clinic, compassionate care when it's needed most. CD Country 107.9, your home in the country. Sedgwick Funeral Homes with locations in Canton, Farmington, and Bartonville. Bank of Farmington with locations in Farmington and in Canton. By Remax Unlimited, Susie McMillan, your agent. Are you looking to buy or sell? Contact Susie. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Final tonight in the Mid-Illini Conference at Alice Ingersoll Gym. Canton boys lose tonight. They lose a tough one tonight, 41-36 to Morton. Zach Sprecher 17, Bradley Henser with 11 in that Little Giant loss. Also, what was the other one I had at the end of three quarters? Canton girls lead 33-20. Lead Metamora after three quarters in the girls Mid-Illini Conference basketball. So we appreciate everybody helping us team up so we can broadcast this game. It's a 6-point game. Farmington with the advantage here. They have the basketball. Trying to hang on to it a little bit extra long here in the possession. Ball knocked out of bounds to the sideline. Farmington again try to get to the sideline here. They pressure, Farmington does, defensively.
Lewistown, a key in that quarter. 13 points total, 12 of them, except for the free throw, 12 of them in the paint.
42-36, Farmington possession begin this fourth quarter. Sideline to Higgs. Terrell Anderson dribbles between traffic, and they dribbled it right off his leg. That's not a wise move there. In traffic, turnover by Farmington. That's only a couple this half, but a critical one here against Lewistown. The upper hand starting this first possession of the fourth quarter. Sideline, and Anderson steals. Farmington with it. Swearingen open. Terrell Anderson rolled it off. No good. The tap out, Farmington. It'll be Lewistown basketball. Turnover and a missed opportunity. They had a 3-on-2 in that lane. 3-on-2 situation and missed it.
You got to finish situations like that.
You want to close the deal in this game, up by 6. Lewistown brings to the front court. They try to attack. Ball stripped away. Lewistown with a turnover. They've had 4 in this half. 6:51. Baseline, short corner, Terrell Anderson. Top of the key, Higgs. Anderson, Reed Berry drives. Bounce pass out front. To the near corner, Terrell Anderson cocks and fires. Fake three to the near side. Terrell Anderson. Tell you what, he's got that little cock to the top of the key there. It's like Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Kind of in that style, right? 45-36. Underneath and a field goal good by Burtis. He answers. It's been a tough, tight game, a fun game. Great flow to this game. 45-38, 6-12, Farmington basketball.
If you're Farmington, though, you'll take the 3 for 2.
In this stretch, yes, absolutely. Out to the far side. Higgs looks for the cutter. He'll jump out and defend. He'll pick you up man-to-man. Down the lane. Higgs got bumped, and he got fouled.
Before the shot.
But they call it before the actual release of the shot. And a quick foul there. That's going to be whistled against, I believe, Parker for Lewistown.
When the whistle came, I thought he was in the act of shooting, but I think he's saying as he was coming down the lane.
And a ball, again, a quick foul here on the inbounds. Quickly against
Chastain.
Lewistown. That's Chastain. And I think, if things are correct, it should be his third. Yep. Big night in that loss for the Little Giants. They lost 41-36 to Morton. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 8 blocked shots tonight by Zach Sprecher. Hopefully that's coming out tonight. Big game there by Zach Sprecher in that loss. 45-38, but 5:44 sideline. Lewistown almost threw it away. 7-point difference. Biggest lead's been 9 by the Farmers. Long tray by Lewistown, rimmed out, no good. With the rebound, Reed Berry clears out. He's doing his job defensively and on the boards. Now it's Judd Anderson with 5:26. These are critical times now if you're Lewistown. Each time slips away with possessions. Farmington with the lead and the basketball. Judd Anderson bodied up off the baseline. In between this left wing. That's Higgs, drives to the free throw line. He's cut off. Defensively picked up there by Schubert. Down the lane. Higgs, an unbelievable shot underneath. Got off of his left-handed shot there and got fouled by Lewistown. That dribble penetration, though, is deadly. That little crossover there by Eric Higgs. And we got a foul coming up by Lewistown. I believe it was by Wilda Grand. That's his first, team's fourth. 5:02 remaining. Farmington trying to pull away. 7-point advantage, 45-38, the 5:02 mark of the fourth quarter. Back to Lewistown Prairieland Conference basketball in 30 seconds.
Helping underwrite this event, Monocle's Pizza, located on North 5th Avenue in Canton. By the voice of Fulton County, AM 1560 WBYS and 93.7 FM. By Spoonerver Home Health, bridging the gap in healthcare. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions, contact us if you'd like a DVD of any of the games or events we've taped.
Back here at 5:02, and again it will be free throws coming up for Eric Higgs. And he is 11 points in this game, make it a dozen. Another free throw coming up by Eric Higgs. Outstanding junior, both he and Swearingen now over 1,000 points in their career. Higgs swishes both free throws.
Matches their biggest lead.
Yep. 47-38, 9 has been it. 5-0, Lewistown led in this game, and that's really been about it since the early going for the Indians. In between the top of the free throw circle, shot rolled off, no good by Burtis. He powers his way back up off the left side. Burtis, he's a kid that can really take control of the game as well. He's got 13. It's a 7-point game. Lewistown just trying to find an answer, don't they?
And they won't go away.
But Farmington always comes up with a big play here. Up by 7 with the basketball with 4:26. They'll spread it out off the dribble. It's Gilstrap. Free throw line for the elbow. Shot no good. Probably a little too quick. And the free on the shot there by the Farmers. 4:15. Here comes Lewistown. Chastain picks up his dribble. Off the baseline. Schubert. Lob back cut underneath. Basket is good by Lewistown. Nice cut there by Chastain. Way to find him at the assist. That's a big play there. They're back to within 5. So we take advantage of the turnover. Or the bad shot, I should say, not the turnover. The bad shot there by Farmington's offense. Higgs, he's got unlimited range. I don't think that's where his coach wants to shoot it this stretch of the game, though.
Up by 5, you're wanting to take time off the clock. The clock is your friend.
Again, it's 47-42. 3-ball rimmed out, no good on the attempt. Again with 3:27 left here. Farmington keeps the basketball.
Farmington's first offensive rebound since the first quarter.
And it was a big one. 3:20. Cut underneath. Terrell Anderson and Higgs with the assist. Terrell Anderson has been a big key tonight as well. 14 of the night. Back up by 7. Seems like every time Lewistown makes a run, Lewistown has had that chance there. Farmington has answered with big points on their side. 3-minute mark here. Farmers play the defense. Skip pass, Daly open.
I think he's got to look for that 3-point shot, though, once in a while.
Lob it underneath to LeGrand. He catches it in the paint. Balancing act underneath there by LeGrand in this action. 18 for the action tonight. Back to within 5 with 2:33. I told you this thing is going to go down to a possession or 2. Farmington wing right side. Now the entry goes from Gilstrap off the top of the key. He curls. Terrell Anderson pops out. Needs some help. Now they'll come out, pressure the basketball. Chastain. Now it's Judd Anderson with 2:12. We may see a timeout here shortly, probably by Farmington. 2:06, they hold the basketball. Wing left, covered up. Anderson dribbles. Ooh, almost threw it away. We see that indecision on his part. 2-minute mark here. Farmers up by 5. Lewistown needs a turnover. Higgs down the lane, and it's a contact on the dribble penetration off this left baseline.
I think that's Burtis, I think. Yep.
It's going to be against, that's the 3rd on Burtis. Again, that stops the clock here with a minute 51. Shooting free throws. Wrong guy here, man. Look at the free throw line. Higgs swishes that one. Next one coming up. He's 5 for 5 from the stripe tonight. And 14 looking for point number 15 in the action here tonight. Higgs swishes that one as well. Man, he's got great form. 51-44. Minute 48 here. Across the timeline, Chastain, the dribble penetration, lobbed it underneath to LeGrand. They broke down the defense. LeGrand is having 20 points, 16 of those in this half. 51-46. Did an excellent job, though, at splitting out that dribble penetration, the defenders.
Yeah, I wonder what Brad talked about at halftime.
Yeah, exactly. That's for sure. Minute 23, Farmington basketball. Swearingen trying to hang on here. And a quick reach and a foul against Evan Daly. That will stop the clock here. Minute 17 left in our Prairieland Conference matchup. Several games on the schedule tonight. And Coach Otto will take one down on the floor in the bowl here tonight at Lewistown. A great matchup. It's Farmington leading this one 51-46. A minute 17 left in our fourth quarter. And a full timeout back here from Lewistown in the Prairieland in 1 minute.
Helping underwrite this event, Spoonerville Animal Clinic, compassionate care when it's needed most. CD Country 107.9, your home in the country. Sedgwick Funeral Homes with locations in Canton, Farmington, and Bartonville. Bank of Farmington with locations in Farmington and in Canton. By RE/MAX Unlimited, Susie McMillan, your agent. Are you looking to buy or sell? Contact Susie. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Minute 17 here at Lewistown. Sideline pass to Swearingen. 51-46. Farmers trying to hang on and stay in first place in the conference. Again, the ball knocked away, but a foul with a minute 10. Got a tight game going on the road tonight for the girls. 2:11 left at Metamora. Canton 38-33. Canton with that lead. 2:11 left at Metamora in girls basketball. And as we mentioned, the boys lost a tough one tonight. Morton 41, Canton 36. Zach Sprecher 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 blocked shots. Bradley Henser with 11. Free throw was missed there. Again, no good. That was by Hayden, but they get it back. Key possession keep there by Farmington after the miss for the free throw.
They only have 2 offensive rebounds since the first quarter.
Higgs almost bodied up there by a foul by Chastain. No call. 53 seconds. Farmington trying to hang on here, up by 5, and a foul with 49 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Both of their offensive rebounds have come at critical times.
We'll see what Farmington is able to do here. The tail end of this one. As I mentioned, Brimfield was playing tonight. They're playing the ICAC. Free throw missed by Higgs. Unusual missed couple of free throws here.
Actually, that was Swearingen.
Swearingen? Okay. Swearingen again with that miss. Burtis underneath to LeGrand. He catches it in the block. It's up and good. Another field goal by Burtis. 51-48. Don't go away. Tight game here. 3-point difference with 36 seconds left. Farmington 51. Lewistown 48. Back to Lewistown in 30 seconds.
Helping underwrite this event, Monocle's Pizza, located on North 5th Avenue in Canton. By the voice of Fulton County, AM 1560 WBYS and 93.7 FM. By Spoonerville Home Health, bridging the gap in healthcare. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions, contact us if you'd like a DVD of any of the games or events we've taped.
Hanging on the basketball really early in this quarter, Mark, and they try to use some isolation, try to hang on to the basketball and passing and shooting some free throws. They've been pretty consistent, although they missed the last couple of opportunities here.
And they missed front ends of 1-and-1s, which ultimately means you missed 4 free throws there.
Those are easy ways to ice the game. And they've allowed Farmington, Lewistown, back into this game, down by 3. Of course, Will LeGrand has had a huge
second half
here. 18 of those 22 have come in this second half.
And
backward here, Higgs, Chastain, and then they call a foul after that little bit. Then he tried a little bit of a trip there. Chastain commits the foul. And I think it's going to be his 4th.
I think every one of his points have come from the paint.
Yeah. So to the free throw line with 31 seconds. Key thing there, only about 5 ticks of the clock went off. Higgs kind of rushed through that shot, but he knocked down the free throw this time. So another one coming up here for Eric Higgs. And again, Higgs rolled it off, no good. And it's a 4-point game, 52-48. Here comes Lewistown, and the sideline dribbled out of bounds. Chastain, and a critical turnover on the far sideline by Lewistown. 28 seconds. 4-point game. Farmington will stack to try to set the screen. Bounce pass to Higgs. Outlet, they'll hold it out with 26 seconds. Almost lost a handle on it, Chastain. And then Coach Otto will take a timeout from the bench with 23.5 left in our 4th quarter. It's Farmington 52, Lewistown 48. Back here to Lewistown in 30 seconds.
Helping underwrite this event, Spooner Animal Clinic, compassionate care when it's needed most. CD Country 107.9, your home in the country. Sedgwick Funeral Homes with locations in Canton, Farmington, and Bartonville. Bank of Farmington with locations in Farmington and in Canton. By RE/MAX Unlimited, Susie McMillan, your agent. Are you looking to buy or sell? Contact Susie. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions. For more information on underwriting, contact us.
Back here with 23.5 seconds and left in the 4th quarter. Again, Farmington trying to hang on, staying in first place in the conference. Brimfield's at 6-0. They won't play each other until, what do we figure out, February 19th.
So I think right? February 19th, yes.
Brimfield will play at Farmington. It's still a lot of basketball between that time. Inbounds and a quick foul there by Lewistown with 22 seconds left here.
And it is high school basketball, and anything can happen.
Are you talking about the remaining 22 seconds, or are you just talking about in general?
In general, but the last 22.5 seconds, yes.
Again, they put the ball in the hands of Higgs, and that's, I should say, they shoot with Swearingen here. Another one coming up here. It's either been Swearingen or Higgs, a chance here, and rimmed it out, no good. Made 1 of 2. Swearingen with a miss.
Oh.
Ball goes out of bounds. Terrell Anderson had on the sideline. And again, a little hold and a push there, foul against Farmington.
But you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
That's only the 15th foul, so they're not shooting.
53-48 with 21 seconds left here. 19-second mark, across the timeline. That's Chastain. Burtis, near side, need to get some possession here. Down by 4 off the right side, no good. Shot was no good. Again, a quick foul after the miss. Farmington with the advantage by 5 here with 7.8. That advantage with that 1 free throw made it the 5-point game, 7.8. Trying to wrap up our broadcast. We'll have our post-game show for you coming up. That's brought to you by Monocle's Pizza, home of the family pleaser, your perfect post-game stop at 135 North 5th in Canton. Again, back to the free throw line will be Higgs. He's zeroed in. Another one coming up here. And again, Higgs sinks it as well. Another good night from Higgs, again with 18. 55-48, long 3, no good. Underneath LeGrand, he ain't going away. LeGrand a putback, and that's the way Farmington seals, and they stay in first place. Farmington 55, Lewistown 50. Seemed like every time that Lewistown made a little bit of a run, Farmington had an answer in this one, Mark. Down the stretch. They made enough free throws. The tail end of the game there. Big turnover, though, at the far side of the floor, with the closing seconds of the fourth quarter there. And that's a tough one. I don't think they were able to overcome that turnover.
And I'm trying to think, were they down 3 or 5 at that point?
I think 3. Manuel won big. Yeah. Haven't seen anything there. Final on this one, Farmington 55, Lewistown 50. And a couple of the other scores we'll get to you tonight. Again, to know that the Canton boys, again, they lost tonight to Morton 41-36. And so that's the final tonight. Zach Sprecher, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 8 block shots. Bradley Henser with 11. And the Canton lost tonight at home against the Morton. I should say that is for Morton. Also, more coming up as we get to our post-game show. It's brought to you by Monticle's Pizza, home of the family pleaser, 647-1127. Your perfect post-game stop at 135 North 5th in Canton. Mark and I will have the post-game when we return from Lewistown. Again, Farmington wins. They stay in the conference lead at 8-0. They've now won, again, 6 in a row as well. And they win it tonight by a score of 55-50. Farmington a win over Lewistown. Back to wrap this one up in 2 minutes.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
They go to 8-0 in the Prairieland Conference, or 17-4, get the upper hand. Of course, Brimfield at 6-0. They played in the ICAC tonight. They were playing Illini Bluffs tonight. And so we'll try to get some updates as we go along. A couple of the other final scores, as we mentioned just in. Canton girls win at Metamora tonight. Canton Lady Giants 43. Metamora 37, that's a final. Also, the boys tonight lose a tough game at home in the Mid-Illini. Canton boys lose to Morton 41-36. Zach Sprecher with 17, 7 rebounds, 8 block shots. And again, a big night there in that loss, 41-36. Morton beat Canton. Knoxville girls were winners, 59-38 over Peoria Christian. That's the final tonight for girls basketball. Megan Axel went over 1,000. And again, I should say over 2,000 in her career. And so those are a couple of things here. What about this game, Mark, when you take a look at it? Farmington, again, was able to preserve late in the game a couple of opportunities, hanging on to basketball, having a guard opportunity, really guard heavy, really helps them hang on to the basketball. They have some good free throw shooters. They made, 1 maybe or 2 bad shots in that kind of a stretch there, holding a basketball for about the 4-minute mark on. But again, enough down the stretch. The big turnover the far sideline with a 3-point difference was huge. And again, Farmington, fought that off at that stretch there, and they provide a big win tonight, 55-50 over Lewistown.
That turnover, if you have to have a game-changing play, that turnover really was the key to this ball game. It's a 3-point game at that point, and Lewistown has possession with a chance to potentially tie the ball game, and saw that go by, and then Farmington comes down, and I think they hit a couple free throws at that point, or got 1 of 2 free throws, I should say, and got it out to the 4-point lead, and then just kind of built from there. But you're right, the ball handling, the guard-heavy Farmington Farmers, they were able to shoot paid off. They were able to shoot free throws down the stretch, and they pulled out a big win.
That's after falling behind in this game, and really Lewistown never really had a lead. They got to within 3 points on that one stretch, and 9. They got it up to 9, and then by 7, and then did their work at the end of the game there, and they hang on to win tonight. Farmington 55 and Lewistown 50. Again, the Farmers now 8-0, first place in the conference. They go to 17-4. It's 7 straight wins now by the Farmers. Lewistown 15-5, and they're now again 5-2 in the Mid-Illini Conference. A couple of quick finals, as we mentioned. Manual beat Peoria High, 67-53. Girls basketball, Canton Lady Giants win at Metamora, 43-37. Big thanks to all the folks over there. We had a bunch of folks texting us, giving us some updates on a couple of the girls' games and the boys' game. Morton beat the Canton Little Giants tonight, 41-36. Knoxville over Peoria Christian in girls basketball, 59-38. Knoxville is 25-4. We'll see Knoxville, Megan Axel, and the Blue Bullets. They are state ranked. They're 25-4. We'll see them here Thursday night against Coach Bennett's Lewistown Lady Indians. So those are the couple of things here. We get to our final scoring numbers. I got those tallied. We'll take a quick break. Mark's got his stats. We'll finish up our post-game show live here from Lewistown Prairieland Conference basketball. Farmington wins it by a score of 55-50. More coming up in 1 minute live from Lewistown.
Helping underwrite this event, Monocle's Pizza, located on North 5th Avenue in Canton. By the voice of Fulton County, AM 1560 WBYS and 93.7 FM. By Spoonerver Home Health, bridging the gap in healthcare. By Wesley United Methodist Church in Canton, to know Christ and make him known. And by M. Bixler Video Productions, contact us if you'd like a DVD of any of the games or events we've taped.
The post-game show, it's brought to you by Monocle's Pizza, home of the family pleaser. Dine-in, carry-out, or delivery, 647-1127. Your perfect post-game stop at 135 North 5th in Canton. We'll get a word here from Coach Ottos before he gets out of here. We'll try to get that done here as well. And Mark, a little bit of the stats in regards to that. But again, big win for Farmington tonight, 55-50. Again, they secure a first place in the Prairieland Conference at 8-0. As we get here from again Lewistown. Again, we get Jeff. You want to grab the microphone there? You know the kind of the routine there. Again, a big game here tonight from Lewistown, but stay in first place. 7-game win streak there for you, and good finish for the ball club here on the road tonight.
This was a big win for us. I mean, you talk about the conference standings and all that stuff, but just come over to Lewiston, a team that's been playing very, very well, and a team that, you know, they've beat. You think about the teams that they've beat. Illini West, who thumped us pretty good. They had a pretty close game against Rock Ridge.
Yeah.
They beat Macomb over at the Macomb Holiday Tournament. So they've had some real quality wins. They played Brimfield to a 2-point game the other night, had a chance to win it. So it says a lot for us to come on the road Tuesday night. And I thought, boy, I really got to say, I thought we had more fans than they did here.
Absolutely.
On their floor. We're really getting a good following. Our fans have been great. And I'm really proud of the kids right now because I think our defensive effort was really good tonight. I know our defense in the post, we know that's going to be an area of concern.
I thought it was really good in the first half, though. You guys really rotated a good job.
But they kind of countered. We were, I think, a little bit scared that they might get hot from the perimeter, so we were trying to get out on shooters when I think we probably could have stayed back a little bit and made them have to work a little bit harder to get a shot. But I thought their shots in the first half were coming too quick, or in the second half were coming too quick and too easy.
Yeah.
But I thought we did a good job of handling it and getting out and pushing when we had an opportunity. Trey knocked down some big shots. Threll Anderson coming off the bench with a big game.
He was huge tonight, wasn't he? Yeah, 14 points, 3 in double figures for you tonight. What's your mindset at the end of the game when you hold on to the basketball? You want to spread the floor out with the options and the ability of a lot of interchangeable people that you have out there guard-wise. And you guys, it looked like, have been able to shoot the free throws.
We didn't hit free throws as consistently tonight, but our mindset is, and I don't like to hold the ball. That's not the style that I like to play. But you got to do whatever you got to do to get out with the victory. And I thought at the points where we were holding it out, we were trying to make sure that they came out to guard us, and because I thought we could get some driving lanes there. We were trying to get LeGrand a little bit away from the basket because when we were taking in their first half, he was getting some blocks, and I think we were a little bit afraid to go in there and attack it too aggressively. But give Eric credit. I thought he did a great job of attacking at times, and he found, at times he didn't force. I think he had maybe one force, but drive in the lane and makes a nice dish off to Threll Anderson down there for a big basket when they had just come down and scored a 3, I think. So, just we made key plays down the stretch. I think we made more key plays than they did.
Yeah, you're off another for a full week, right? Not till next Tuesday. So.
Yeah, and this is the point of the season where we got this is a good time for us to take a little bit of a break. You
said it was a little lethargic. You
yeah.
said a little lethargic in regards to that, but they came out and played well tonight, though.
And you worry, people are going to be telling them how good they are, and you worry as a coach that, okay, you want them to be confident, but you don't want them to be, not taking anybody seriously. So we've still got some big games. This is the toughest part of our schedule coming up. So it's a good time for us to maybe we're going to take a day off here this week at some point, and then we'll kind of get back to work and talk about personnel. We've got a couple home games and another conference game next Tuesday, and then a big game against Quest at home on next Friday. So we've got a lot of things to work on and to look forward to.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate Jeff popping in here.
Thanks for coming over. I know there's a lot going on, and I'm glad you guys came over to do our game. I appreciate it.
Looking forward to it.
Obviously, I've forgotten that I need to come back out here after the game to do some talk on the radio because I'm not used to it. So, but thanks for coming over.
Awesome job tonight. First place, 8-0 in the conference
Bob.
there. All right. Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate that. Jeff, have a great night and a good week ahead here. We appreciate it. We'll see you Saturday during Coaches Roundtable. Thanks for coming over. Again, the final tonight, Farmington 55, Lewistown 50. Let's get the final stats there, Mark, but the coverage here tonight from Lewistown.
Well, if I can read my scribbles, let's see. 2-point goals, 10 for 25 for Farmington, 40%. 3-point goals, they were 8 of 15 for 53.3%. Had them with, that was an area I didn't calculate. Let's see. So 8. Had them with 14 rebounds for the evening. For Lewistown, had them 18 of 36. They shot 50% from the field, and they were 3 of 9 for three-point land, good for 33%. Rebounding wise, had them with Lewistown, I should say, with 21 rebounds, so they had the edge there. And turnover wise, I had 15 for Lewistown and 10 for Farmington. I had Farmington 8 of 13 from the free throw line for 67%, and Lewistown 5 of 10 for 50%. But the big factor tonight and the big difference came from the paint. 30 points in the paint for Lewistown compared to just 8, but they still couldn't pull out the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, opportunities there, and again, let it kind of slip away at the end. Big turnover at the end, and Farmington prevails 55-51 of the game tonight. And in basketball tonight, West Prairie beat Havana 50-48 in boys basketball tonight. Also, the Little Giants lose 41-36 to Morton tonight. That was at Alice Ingersoll Gym. Also, Canton girls win at Metamora 43-37. Manual beat Peoria High tonight 67-53. Those were some of the finals from our listening area and a few of the others. In Knoxville, the girls win 59-38 over Peoria Christian. Both those teams state-ranked. Megan Axel went over 2,000 in the career points. Scoring tonight, Farmington under 55. Good job tonight, guys. 3 points by Jacob Uraeus, 2 points by Jared DePriest, 15 by Trey Swearingen, 2 by Reed Berry, 18 from Eric Higgs. Hit some clutch free throws down the stretch. And Threll Anderson, I thought he was really a key tonight. Big baskets, 14 points tonight for Threll Anderson. And Farmington now 17-4, first place in the Prairieland Conference at 8-0, and they're 55. Lewistown with 50. Taylor Schubert with 3. Trenton Chastain with 7. Evan Daly with 4. Will LeGrand, big second half. I mean, he just kept him in the game every opportunity at 24. 20 of those in the second half. And Justin Burtis with 13. And the final, Farmington 55 and Lewistown 50. That'll wrap up our broadcast here tonight. We'll see you back here Thursday night. Knoxville, who comes in on a nice roll. They're 25-4. And we'll see you on Thursday night for Knoxville Lewistown girls. That'll be on Thursday night here on CD Country 107.9 FM. Mark, appreciate it. And again, our engineer is Nathan back to studios. Jared Shepard, good job, buddy. Appreciate that. That's for stepping up tonight, helping out with M. Bixler video production. Mark, quick quick comment, and we'll scoot out of here. But Farmington right now in the driver's seat in the Prairieland Conference at 8-0, and Lewistown now 5-2 in the Prairieland.
Well, with the win, Farmington basically controls their own destiny in the Prairieland as they remain undefeated. But then again, so does Brimfield.
Yeah, we'll see that. That'll be on February 19th, the matchup, and Farmington. That'll be right at the tail end of the regular season as well. Thanks for everybody for joining us. We'll see you back here on Thursday night for girls basketball, Knoxville, Lewistown, and again tonight, Farmington stays in possession of first place at 8-0. They win 55-50 over Lewistown. And for Mark, I'm Leon. So long tonight from Lewistown.